Welcome to our podcast training. Today we're going to talk about some quick tips. Today's September 26, 2013. Alright, so this will be just a few minutes, but I want to run through a couple things. First, we want to talk about adding to an existing quote. You may have the underlying circuit quoted, but you neglected to ask for a few things and you wanted to know how to manipulate that or add that. So we're going to go through a couple of those examples. I'm going to go to the live site. So in the live site, you've been in a quote manager that looks similar to this. You see a huge number here. First thing I want you to remember is when a quote is ready for you, this will say ready. So when this says ready, you'll be updated by your quoting person and you know this is ready for you. But before you just go blindly send it out to your partner or your customer, I want you to be looking at the location. One main reason is some of the pricing inside the location still needs your adjustment. For example, let's take a look. If you've asked for fixed wireless, you've noticed that they come with the zero price. That's because we haven't launched budgetary pricing for everybody yet, and this is left blank by your sales engineer because it's up to you to determine what price we're going to charge. And your manager has assisted in helping you with that price. So this is where you guys need to jump into. Look at the 3-bag and figure out what are you going to be charging your customer for that. You simply update right here. That's all you got to do, and then hit update. Now this price is slightly different. I'm going to go back in there though because there are a couple other items. Have you guys noticed that IP blocks are $9,999, or that the managed router is $9,999? The reason is because we haven't updated the catalog with retail pricing. This is going to happen soon, but until then, the default thing I want you guys to look at is what should we be charging for that IP block. I think pretty much everyone knows we're not charging for a /30 or /29. Those come with the circuit, so you can mark those up. And the router, this is a variable. There are so many different types of managed routers or managed firewalls that we provide. What we're going to need to do is get you guys to feel comfortable working with your management or your manager to figure out what we should be charging here. Just from a hypothetical standpoint, I'm going to charge $150 a month to this customer, and I'm going to charge a $250 setup. This is where you change it. So before you send this to the customer, jump into the location and take a look. I'm going to hit update. Now our quote's pretty much ready to go send to your customer, but then you you send the proposal to the customer. They take a look at it and they say, you know what, Matt, I need a POTS line for my alarm. Or, you know what, I want to buy 8 hosted seats from you. What do? Do you go back and quote the whole thing over again? Do you go back to requirements and add the voice? You could, but I want to show you another way. Right in the location, you can add things from our product catalog from this button right here. So I'm going to hit add from catalog. I'm going to type in, I'm going to do a keyword search. Say I want to add POTS. Search for POTS, and look, here's a POTS line. $35 is our POTS line. I'm going to add it. Now I have a POTS line. This is perfect for our Mac team, for our CAM team who's doing Macs, moves, add, changes. But it is also applicable to our agent channel and to our direct team. You can add things right here. Let's say you wanted to add some of our voice service. You can add from catalog. I'm going to type in the word seat. We got a premium seat. Let's say I want to charge for a premium seat. Put that in there. Quantity 1. Say I want to sell them 10 of them. Put them in. And those who have sold voice with us, and those who haven't, you'll get used to this. But those who have sold voice with us, there is some room in here, so you could charge a different pricing based on what your customer expectations are. Also, you've seen the product team has launched new variables here, and we're going to be getting that into MasterStream very soon. But until then, just know you can add from catalog particular items to round out your quote. So now that we've done that, hit update. Now we have a $785 deal, and the customer says, I want a contract. Okay, go to Doc Manager, create docs. All those docs are now created down here, and you can select the one you want to send to your customer. Let's say we want to send the service order form. You can select that one and send it, or you can download it right here. So I'm going to download that. We're going to take a look. So here's the contract. It's got our fixed wireless. It's got our static IP block. pots, premium seats listed under voice services. It's got our equipment, our router, and then it's got our installation fees, all added up for us. You send it to the customer, and he says, you know what, Matt, I screwed up. I need 2 POTS lines. What do you do? So instead of doing a whole brand new RFQ, once you go back here, you'll notice, oh, I can't get back in there to edit it. What do I do? Go into Doc Manager. There's a button right here, right above the location. You're going to go back and look at all these documents, highlight them by clicking that top button, hit delete. And once you delete the documents, it then opens this section up again. It opens it up because now it locks it because there's a contract written for it, so it doesn't want to let you manipulate this if a contract's written. So you have to delete the contract to open this back up. Now that it's open, I go into location, go into POTS line, quantity 2, hit update, and now it's $820. Let's say if you're negotiating with them, they say, you know what, Matt, you got to be a little bit better on that 3 meg fixed wireless. This is something you can get with your manager on and see if you have room depending on the deal. But let's say you have financial approval to do it. This is where you change it. Change it here, hit update, and now you got a deal, $769. Now you're ready to write the contract again. So let's go back into Doc Manager, create docs, and they're down here. You send the contract to the customer. Let's do that. Highlight this, hit send it to your customer, and now they call you and say, hey Matt, I got your contract, but you know what? I'm moving in 18 months. What if I move? I need to be able to move at no additional cost. Okay, well let's take a look at the contract. I'm going to open up the contract. You're probably wondering, where do we put that kind of special term information? There's a new spot for you to put that, and we'll show you. So I'm assuming you've gotten approval from your manager to put special terms in the contract, because special terms are binding, and we need to make sure whatever you're putting in the contract has been approved. So down here on rows 39 and 40, right above the signature, is called Special Terms and Conditions. This area is freeform. You can type whatever you want in here. Move clause, let's say you got a move clause from TJ, our legal guy, and he gave you the language to put in here. You just put it in here. If you need more space, you can insert more rows, but put your language in there. Maybe you have a second clause that is promo. Maybe you do, let's see, let's do the second one, promo, 13th month free. This is where those items would go. Some people would highlight these rows so that they're obvious and send it for signature. So that's it for today's podcast. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Happy to help.